How's it going, guys? Hope you guys having a great week. So I'm back today with another gaming news related video, guys. So it's been a pretty amazing week for Mass Effect fans this week. Of course, all this week has been N7 week, and specifically yesterday, November the 7th, is N7 day. In celebration of that, we got a special panel which was organized by Jennifer Hale, the voice actress for female Commander Shepard. The panel lasted about 2 hours, and it was just really awesome. I really enjoyed it. It had some of the main kind of original voice actors and crew that worked on the trilogy, and it's really entertaining, really interesting watch. I have uploaded the entirety of it on my channel, so I'll put a link in the description and at the end of this video for those of you that are interested. But in celebration of N7 Day, we also got a pretty important announcement, which to be fair I did see coming, but we finally have confirmation that Bioware are going to be giving us a Mass Effect Trilogy remaster, which is called the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and that is going to be coming in spring 2021. I am so freaking hyped for this. I can't really express just how excited I am to jump back into the Mass Effect trilogy. As you all know, it is very close to my heart. It's pretty much my favorite RPG of all time. I think even over The Witcher 3. And The Witcher 3 was pretty amazing, but Mass Effect really was the first game that I played that just really sort of touched me, and it was the first time that I saw games as an art form, and it's what really made me a gamer, and it's also what made me, or what inspired me to become a YouTuber, particularly after the ending of Mass Effect 3. So I do owe a lot to the Mass Effect trilogy, and I'm so hyped to jump back in and play it. So we got an official announcement on their blog, on Bioware's blog. What do we know about the remaster? Well, what will it include? Well, basically, it is not a complete remake or reimagining of the original trilogy. Bioware were very clear in saying that they wanted to stay faithful to the original trilogy. So this is not a remaster a la Final Fantasy VII remake. Instead, what the Bioware team have been doing over the last several months is really looking at updating the game for current generation and next generation hardware. So they've updated the textures, shaders, models, effects and technical features of all three games. So it is going to support 4K Ultra HD, improved frame rates, and optimization, and it sounds really awesome. The game itself as well, the Legendary Edition, will also include all of the single player base content for the three games, as well as all of the DLC that came with Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, plus a couple of promo weapons, armor sets and packs that also came out with the original trilogy. So there really is a lot of value here in terms of content. If we think about each of the individual games themselves, I mean, just playing one playthrough could literally take you 60 to 80 hours, and then you have a massive replay value for the Mass Effect trilogy because of the very real choices that you can make and how you kind of can choose to play as female Shepard or male Shepard, Paragon, Renegade, and then of course there's all the different classes to take into consideration. If you have never played the Mass Effect trilogy, I cannot recommend this series highly enough. It is my favorite series of all time. If you have played it and you're a massive fan of the franchise, I am sure that you are freaking out and as excited as I am, which is why I'm wearing my trusty N7 hat today. I will without a doubt be live streaming my entire playthrough from start to finish. And I may even sort of purchase the Streamlabs premium account sort of registration for a couple of months, just so that I can stream simultaneously on YouTube and Twitch, so you guys can pick the platform that you prefer to actually watch that through. I'm still undecided as to whether or not I'm going to play my canon Femme Shep, which is Kate Shepherd, and she is a mostly Paragon with a tiny degree of Renegade, but she was also a soldier class, and she did also romance Liara in my first playthrough. Chose to save Ashley over Caden, and all sorts of things. So I don't know whether to play as her or whether to go for something a little bit different. My FemShep is a redhead with green eyes. I don't know. We'll have to see. I might even let you guys vote for what you would kind of like me to see, but we'll have to see. It'll feel very strange to not play Mass Effect through the way that I did the first time, but I'm just excited to jump back in. We also did get a little bit of extra information as well on the next Mass Effect project that is in the works. So Casey Hudson did confirm in the blog that there is a veteran team hard at work on the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe. They are in the very early stages of development on the project, so obviously they can't say very much more about that. But of course they will be sharing more on that. But we did get a little bit of a taster. We got a little sort of teaser picture, concept art of the game, which looks interesting, and when you do zoom in to really have a look at it, you can sort of glean what the races are in this image. So we can very definitely see a Solarian, most definitely. Another race that looks like maybe an Angaran, which would make me think this is set in the Andromeda universe, but there also seemed to be another sort of silhouette, and that could have either been either a female Taurian possibly, or even a Drell. And if it is a Drell, then that raises a lot of questions, because obviously in Andromeda there were no Drells. They didn't come across on the Ark. So it'll be really interesting to sort of see when that is going to be set, whether it's going to be set as a sequel to Andromeda in that universe, whether it is going to be set in the Mass Effect Original Trilogy universe. There's a lot of speculation that it might be set after the events of Mass Effect 3. I think that would be a really interesting setting, because obviously it'd be super interesting to see how the galaxy is in terms of its world or universe state, and how that kind of rebuilds, and all the sort of what I would imagine is the fragmentation of all these different species. So it will be really interesting to see whether or not it is set in the original trilogy. Now, during the N7 Day panel, the voice actor for Caden Alenko did actually ask a pretty interesting question to the development team, and he did actually ask whether or not they had considered rehiring some of the original cast to reprise their roles, whether in the form of a DLC or a side project. And of course they kept things very, very close to their chest, and sort of got a little bit squirmy, and were sort of making jokes about going through tunnels and obviously NDAs and not being able to say anything. But even some of the voice actors were keeping very silent, and we don't know whether that's an indication that perhaps some of the original cast might be in the next Mass Effect game. It would be really, really awesome if that is the case, but obviously we don't know. Or maybe they will just voice act different characters in the world. I suppose we'll have to wait and see. But this news has me super, super excited. I really can't get over just how hyped I am for this. I was kind of hoping that they would improve a little bit on Mass Effect 1, mostly in terms of its content and some of its side mission designs. Some of these side missions and the areas are a little bit sort of rinse and repeat. They are very much sort of carbon copies of each other, and that's just because of the development back in the day and the budget that they did have. But also the combat. It would have been really awesome to see the combat really brought into line with Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3's combat, and the way in which powers worked as part of that as well. But I do know there are a lot of people that are very, very faithful to the original game, and a lot of people are quite passionate about it and perhaps would like to see it in its original format, but just 60 frames per second, better visually, visual ray tracing and 4K and visual design. I'm also a little bit quite I kind of want to see the Mako as it was, because that was part of the fun and the comedy of the first Mass Effect game, was the fact that the Mako was so hard to drive. And then even in 2 and 3, they kind of pick fun at that. So I don't think they could really change that, because that's kind of what made it fun and magical and just, you know, nostalgic, you know, and they definitely are going to be pulling on those nostalgia heartstrings. But there you have it, guys. That is confirmed. We are getting a Mass Effect remastered edition called the Legendary Edition in spring 2021. Hopefully it will come out just in time for my birthday. I've got some annual leave booked off around my birthday, so I can just stream this and enjoy it with you guys. I'm so hyped. Oh my god. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this news in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the news? What are you most looking forward to? Which moments that you're most looking forward to experiencing? And yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know, are you guys going to be playing the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer? Because it would be really awesome if we could form some kind of N7 squad. That would be really cool. And I know Dante is going to be playing it. Edge is going to be playing it. And yeah, I think Dante and I made an Asari commando team, and we used to always sort of biotic boom off of each other and do combos, and it was always a lot of fun. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Anyway, hope you guys having a great week, of course. Happy N7 week, everybody. Take care, and as always, happy gaming. Bye, guys. I should go.